Hello everyone, welcome to Text Walk. My name is Anush Kumar, Java trainer, having 5+ years of IT experience. Okay, this is the advanced Java session 4. So today's class agenda will be we will covering the serialization and deserialization. Means what is serialization, what is deserialization, and what is transit keyword, what is the use of the transit keyword. File handling means how to create the file, how to read the data inside the file, how to write inside the file, how to delete the file. These all things we will cover in today's class. Okay, so let me first go with the file handling. Okay, so Java file handling, basically we have a file class in java.io package which allow us to work inside the file. Okay, so to use the file class, create an object of the file class and specify the file name or the file path inside the file class. Like file is the class for use for handling the file. This is a file class. This my object is object equal to new file, means we have created the object of the file class. Okay, then here we will write the file name or file path inside this parenthesis. So to create a new file in a Java, you can use the create new file method, which is basically help us to create a new file. This method return a boolean value, that is a true or false. If the file is created, it will return true. If the file is not created, it will return false. Okay, false if the file is already exist or not created. Note that the method is enclosed in a try catch block. This method, whatever method you like, creating a file, deleting a file, okay, reading the from anything from a file, you should use inside the try catch block. It is necessary because it throw a IO exception. Okay, input output exception, which is an error. So now let me show you the example of how to create the file. Okay, this is a class B. Okay, and this is the main method. Okay, and so inside this main method we will write the code for creating a file. Okay, and okay, and from in this folder, that is a Java program folder, I will create the file inside Java program folder. Currently we have this amount of file inside the Java program folder. Okay, now what I will do, I will copy this path, cursor plus, sorry, cursor plus copy. Now what I will do, now I will first I will have to use the file class for handling the file. So file f equal to new file. Okay, then file path you will give inside double quote, double colon, cursor plus we paste. This is the file path I have given. Enter. Next, I will have to import the file class. File, import the file. Okay, now the file class I have imported. Now I will write inside the try catch block with the help of create file method. We will create a new file. Okay, so first I will create a boolean, because we have seen create file method will be written boolean value. The boolean value, to store the boolean value, val means value equal to f dot create new file. This create new file method, enter. Okay, f dot create new file, and I will print s by soup south val. This val basically return true or false. If true, then the file is created. False if file is not created. And here I will write e dot print stack trace, in which method error will be, whatever line the error will be occur, this will basically print in this line the error will occur. And now this is the folder path, and I want to create a new file. So I will write backslash file name, like file 2.txt. So this file name I have basically new file I have created. New file name I have given. So basically after running this code with the help of create new file method, it will create a new file with the name create file, this file inside Java program folder. Means here, inside here Java program folder here. So now what I will do. Okay, now program is okay. Now basically I will run the program, save the program, run the program. True. It is true means now in Java in folder Java program file 2 has been created. Go go in. You can see file 2 has been created. Okay. Currently it is empty file. Now I will write something like Anuj Kumar. Hello, you student. In this way I have written something. Okay. So now here. So this is the first way of creating the file. Now you want to create a folder inside here. If you want to create a folder, you can create the folder also. In how you will create a folder in here here I want to create a folder. So we have one thing that is called mkdir, and what folder name I want to give? I want a folder name as a folder 2. folder folder 2. Just this is a folder 2, new folder name, and you can write um, boolean well. That will boolean well. Here you can write mkdir. Mkdir is basically a command. Mkdir, which is basically used for creating a new folder. True. It is written true. So we can see the new folder has been created. So this boolean val basically take the boolean value, and system.out.print val basically return the value. If true, the folder is created. If false, folder not. This command you have to remember. This command is basically Linux command. Is basically used to create a folder. In command prompt also you can write this mkdir for creating a folder, and then folder name. Okay. Now in this way you created the folder. Now you can also delete this folder. For deleting this folder, you can write here a b-o-o-l-e, a boolean val equal to f dot del, delete. Delete will basically delete the folder. Sorry. Okay. ये डिलीट कर और यहाँ पे सेमीकोलन. Then I will run the program. True means the folder has been deleted. See, the folder is now, we cannot see the folder has been deleted. In this way, we create the file, create the folder, and delete the folder from the respective thing. Now, if you want to check the length, like here, we have created file 2. Okay. Now I want to check the length. Length means this all length will be written. What is the length of the things which are stored inside the file too. So for that we can use a simple method name that is a length. Okay. So here I have to change the name file to file file 2.txt, file 2.txt. In place of delete I will write f dot length, f dot length, length. Getting error, no problem. F dot length, le, okay, this method. And it will not be boolean. It will length will be not boolean. It will be a long value, long numerical value. And okay, and print var and just run. You are getting 32 is the length of the data stored inside the our file too. Okay. Similarly, now you want to see inside program, Java program, what are the things which are present inside the Java program folder. So we are in Java, inside Java program folder, we have class, this file, main file. Okay. So this all things you want to see. I means basically with the help of the Java program, then how you will basically see. So let me remove this. This is the this should be same. Here I will basically I want to check inside the Java program what are the file folder everything is present. Okay, this up to this path you will mention. Inside this Java program I want to see what are the things present. So here I will write string. String array basically store the all the things present inside. Okay, then str object and f dot list list of object. Okay, whatever thing will be present will be stored in the string. Okay, yes, then I will what use for each. For array we are usually for each loop या for loop. So here I will use for each loop to print the thing string s colon str array. I will basically copy inside the s and then sysout print the s. Okay, so in this way what I have done, the list present inside this file path basically I will copy it in the string array, and this is the object. Then I will use for each loop to loop it inside this string array. We earlier class we have seen to looping in with inside an array we use for and for each loop. The for each loop is basically easier than for. That's why we are using for each loop here. So str object basically be stored inside the string yes, and we are printing this. Okay, and cursor plus save and run. So basically now we can see what are the file folder which are present inside this Java folder. So these are the files which are present inside our folder. Java folder we present this all file. Okay. So this is the thing. Now we have seen how to create, read, update, delete, find the length of for the file. Now moving to our what is are the serialization or deserialization here. Okay, what is a serialization or deserialization? Serialization basically is a process of converting a Java object into a byte stream, means 0 and 1. That is basically called as a serialization. And with the okay, for that we have to implement java.io.serialization. Okay, from this package basically all the class are being inherited for serialization. Okay, and what is deserialization? Deserialization basically is converting back the byte stream into a Java object, that is called a deserialization. Okay, if you do not want any uh, variable to be serialized, then you can use transit keyword. Okay, to prevent the serialization, use transit keyword basically used to prevent the from being serialized. When an object is deserialized, the transit field get its default value. Okay, so this is the basic example of serialization and deserialization. So let me show you the example of a serialization and deserialization. Okay, here this is a class B. Okay. For using a serialization, basically what we have to implement serializable. implement. Yes, implement serializable serializable interface. Yes, should be capital. Yes, should be capital. Seriali. Something is spelling mistake is here. Import. Okay. I have imported from java.io serialization. This file is basically not needed here. Remove this. Okay. Now what? Now we will basically create the variables like a string name is one variable. Okay. And the string yes should be capital basically. Okay, now if a certain variable you do not want to serialize, then you will basically use transit keyword, transient string password. Okay, this will basically do not serialize this variable. With the help of transit keyword, we avoid the serialization. Okay, then you can use initialize this uh, variable. Let me create bigger. Okay, let me remove some spaces. Okay. Now what I will do, I will initialization means initialization. Go to source uh, constructor using the field standard to string has for override constructor using the field. Okay, okay. So this is the basically a constructor using the field. Public class B, string name, string password, super. As we know, super will be automatically get created if you do not write the super. This is a constructor B. This dot name equal to name. We have initialized this variable with the help of constructor. Constructor basically used for initializing the variable. Okay, and the thing which you have seen is basically used for initializing the variable. Now, now inside the main method, we will write the code for a serialization. For serialization, we have a file output stream. Okay, this they are they are capable of writing the context of file, yeah, converting the file into a zero and one. Okay, so and then we have object output stream also. So these are basically help us to serialization process. So we have a file. That is what we say file output stream and file input stream. OUTP output stream file output stream. Okay, and we have is equal to new file output stream stream. Let me first change to file output stream. This is the okay. Here I have to write the file path. The file path I can pass the previous file path. The previous file path is I want this file. So I will basically copy this file path, go here, paste, and I will write the file path is file 2.txt. Okay. Double code. Oh, it should be inside a try catch block. That's why it is giving us error. So put a sorry, copy this line first. Cursor plus copy, remove, use try catch block. Okay, inside the try catch block, I will write this. Okay, now it is fine. Next line we have object output stream object object out out put STRE object output stream basically will give us output of object. This is OS is a object equal to new object output strem, and here I will pass FOS object, and I have to import object output stream. Okay. So this file output stream basically convert our object into a byte stream, and this then after this object output string help us to create put in object. Okay. Then I will what I will do. I will create the object. The class name is b1 equal to new b. Okay. This will create an object. So, okay. Here I have basically pass the value also. So here you can pass the value name equal to something. Note. Here you can write. Okay. Then you can OOS WRI write object. So whatever method, if you want to know more about a certain method, you can read from a write the specific object of object output stream, the class of the object, the signature of the class, the value of non-transit and non-static field class. And this is basically you can read something more, know more about the respective. So this is basically our, and here we can write e dot print stack trace. So in this way, basically, we will do the serialization. Okay, now I will basically start running our program. Oh, we have not write any print statement, so we have to write print statement like system.out.o. Okay, this is the print. Now I am printing the name, I am printing the password. Now I will run the program and you will get the value Anuj and Abhay. Okay, so this is basically used. Okay, this is the serialization. And for your deserialization, basically what will happen for deserialization, we have object for deserialize um, for deserialization, basically what we will do here in place of object output stream, you have the object input stream. Here we will have the object input stream. Here you first change this to mm, change to object or not object output. Sorry, change this to object input strea strea for object input stream. And here also you will change in place of object output, you will create object in in PUTSTREA object include stream. Then we have to It is change to object input stream. Okay. Then are matching object input stream. Okay. Object input stream. Okay. Ah, then object input stream. I will pass here. FOS. Remove this. Why it is hang. It basically remove this. Remove this. Basically here not output here, it will basically input because we are deserializing. So for deserialization we will have input in. Okay. Then go here, import the input. Now it is good. Okay. Now for deserialization, file input stream and object input stream. And for serialization, file output stream and object output stream. Okay. And here we transit and all the things will be same. And here I will have to create an object of class b1 equal to typecast into b object, typecast into b object, then OOS dot read object, OS dot read object. Okay, then we can read object in this way. A1 dot name, this dot city, this dot this. So this is the is basic example of PSE equal serialization, and just save and run. So we are getting the name equal to Anush, and we are getting here null because with the help with the transit keyword. Okay. We are getting the output as a null. Okay. So this is all about serialization and deserialization because password will be print as a null. Why password is a printing null? Because it is a mark as a transit, so that basically will skip the things during the serialization. Okay, that's why we are getting a null object as okay. So that's all for today's class. This is basically the code. You can go and practice this code. Okay. Thank you for today's session. Meet you in the next session with our new session with upcoming new agendas. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.